troopers and Anchorage police team up to take down over a dozen street dealers.
Our main target today, our informant says he can get whatever, heroin, pills, cocaine, that type of stuff.
I almost call it like guerrilla warfare. I mean, we're going out, we make a bite, we make the arrest, and then we're moving on to our next target.
Take down, take down, take down.
A standoff with a wanted felon heats up a summer night.
Anchorage for the canine! Speak to me now, or you may get bit!
A search and rescue leads troopers into the heart of bear country.
We've had a lot of bear reports in the area. I'll take this gun with me. I don't want to run into a brownie up there. This is why people call me insane.
And wildlife troopers hit Alaska's version of the Everglades in search of foul play.
You and I gotta have a chit-chat, man.
We have the house surrounded, we're not going away!
Over 100 miles south of Anchorage, in the heart of some of Alaska's most rugged terrain, rivers sparkle in the late summer sun. World-class hunting lures sportsmen from all over. And hiking the wild peaks of the Kenai Mountains is a favorite pastime for all. But for the Alaska State Troopers, this time of year brings a massive amount of rescue operations.
A lot of people go up in the top of the mountain, they'll get stuck or fall and they'll get injured, and being troopers, we're responsible for the search and rescues in the state.
Inexperienced hikers in Alaska's bear country are among the most vulnerable, and their calls for help are frequent.
We have an individual that was hiking up on Bear Mountain that apparently took a fall and injured himself. We're gonna go up and hike the trail up and see if we can help him down. That's kind of a treacherous terrain back there.
The hiker is stuck on Bear Mountain, an area home to both brown bears and black bears.
We've had a lot of bear reports in the area. We've seen a lot of brown bears and a lot of black bears. We actually had some trouble last night with a black bear, so we want to get them up there, especially them being injured, and get them down as quick as possible. All right.
Communications with dispatch reveals the situation may be more serious than expected.
All right, thank you. We'll let you know if we need an ambulance or something. Dispatch just called us and let us know the individual doesn't look like he's going to be able to walk down by himself. We can't get a helicopter up there because of the steepness of the terrain, so we're going to have to physically go up and remove him ourselves.
As the sun starts to set, Trooper Jimmy Buttry and rookie Paul Secor are on their way. The injured hiker is stranded more than half a mile up the trail.
Looks like we're going on a hike. I'll take this gun with me. I don't want to run into a brownie up there. I really don't want to run into a brownie up there.
In the late summer and early fall, bears prepare for winter hibernation, eating up to 20,000 calories a day. They are hungry and active, searching for food at dawn and dusk.
It's starting to get dark, the temperature's starting to drop, so we need to get up there and try to assist them in getting down. Time is of the essence right now.
And with the darkness, a new problem comes to light.
We gotta find this trail. No, let's go both ways and see if we can find it.
The two hikers aren't on a trail.
Yeah, when people take trails that aren't blazed or they aren't managed by the Forest Service or something, they'll just go up in the mountain and it's kind of hard to figure out where they're at, especially if they don't have GPS. They just say we're on this top of Bear Mountain. Bear Mountain covers a very large area. It's the size of some counties. Makes it very difficult.
The possibilities of the injured hiker's location are endless.
I don't think it's like a trail. It's just a path that people take up.
Not knowing the state of the injured hiker, tension builds as the troopers search for the trailhead.
How you doing? I'm Trooper Buttry.
Finally, one of the hiker's friends meets them to help find the lost men.
So the last time we were up here was June-ish, so it's going to be a little more overgrown.
Yeah, this one right here?
Yeah.
All right.
She leads the troopers into the pitch dark.
Oh man, this is going to be a climb.
In the middle of bear country.
This is why people call me insane. Yeah, guys, this is steep, man. It's just a goat path, man.
Finally, more than halfway up the mountain,
You good there, guy?
Yeah.
Trooper Buttrey finds his man.
Yeah, I got a pretty good gash in my leg, or my butt.
Like nearly the top of the mountain, coming down.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. My knee twisted, fell down, reached behind me, and it was like
Didn't even shed a tear. I thought he was joking at first. He was like, ah! And I'm like, oh, you're funny. And then I'm like, oh, this is serious, yeah.
Want to see it?
Although bruised and bleeding, the hiker is happy to have the worst behind him.
Yeah, that's a good gash.
Lovely.
Hey, you got the camera?
Got a cute butt, though. That's a plus.
It's slippery right here, guys.
The troopers help lead the pair back down the treacherous slopes.
Yeah, it's slippery, man. We good?
At the hospital.
6 hours.
Luckily, in this case, the hikers were a lot more prepared than most people we have to deal with. We didn't have to carry them. They walked down their own power. We just kind of helped them on the way down. So it worked out for the best.
Off the mountain and onto the busy streets of Anchorage. In Alaska's biggest city, fall is fast approaching. But for law enforcement, the summer is just heating up.
Stop. Put your hands behind your back. You too. Hands behind your back. All right, go ahead, take a seat.
Today, the troopers partner with Anchorage police in a drug sting operation to take down dozens of active dealers. Anchorage PD Sergeant Daryl Reddick of the Special Assignment Unit heads up the operation.
We had done a stop on a person that was selling Oxycontin last week, and in the process of the investigation said that he could supply us with about 27 different people that he believed that we could make drug purchases from through him. So we arranged some assistance from the state troopers, the FBI, to come in and basically put an operation together and knocking off as many targets as we can.
The various agencies gather to get familiar with the day's many targets. The first bust focuses on a well-known heroin dealer.
Our main target today is going to be Mr. which the majority of you are familiar with. Our informant says he can get whatever. He's always holding heroin, pills, cocaine, that type of stuff. But the first team will deal with that. So we're going to just condense into 2 different teams.
The teams will make simultaneous buys around town, targeting the dealers.
Say that over the wire. Wait for me to say take down, take down, take down.
Sergeant Reddick and his team position themselves near the gas station where the other team sets up the heroin deal.
Hey guys, at the gas station, he says targets there filling up right now at the gas station.
Okay, our bad guy's there. When they make the transaction, how far off are we going with our car before we stop it?
The second we have separation out of sight, go ahead and take down your guys's.
I copy.
Just a few blocks away, a limo driver is dealing heroin to passengers of a white Dodge Neon.
Just stand by, I'll tell everybody what to execute, but right now, the 2 cars that we're going to be taking off once we have product, will be the white Neon and the limousine.
Reddick's team will split into 2, one half to arrest the buyers, the other to take down the dealer.
That Dodge Neon is heading away out of the parking lot. Reddick, if you can follow me on Brian, I saw the guy, he's chopping up his pills. He's parked along the cul-de-sac back there.
Reddick moves in to make his arrest.
All right, I'm in the area and it's parked.
All the way down at the end on your left-hand side, you'll see him pulled over.
Yeah.
And the limo is now southbound on Lake Otis. Going to a single lane.
Your hands!
Up! Hands on the roof! Don't move! Driver, shut your car off!
Slowly reach down and turn the ignition off. Slowly step out of the vehicle. Face away from me. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice.
Off gun. Transponder.
Hands up, hands up. Come on out, face away from us. Face away.
Welcome back. Hey, we cleared it.
Yep.
Can you go ahead and face my vehicle for a second here? You got any needles or anything like that that's gonna poke me?
No, pocket knife.
Okay.
They apprehend and search all three suspects.
You don't know how the needle got there?
Yeah, I do. I think I did. Used it with my girlfriend 2 days ago.
So it's been in your sock for 2 days?
At least a day and a half.
Apparently it looked like maybe they were getting ready to shoot up. They came back here to park where they've got their kid on the ground. So that's typically they don't go very far. We've actually done where we've watched parking lots and walked up and just stood there and watched them inject.
The car is filled with used needles, and retrieving them is one of the more hazardous parts of the job.
There's a bunch of needles in the car.
Yeah, you got a whole bag full of needles and stuff over here.
I hate grabbing these things. Stab myself in the process. Yeah, it's loaded with something. It's a uncapped needle that has liquid, so it may be loaded, and looks like maybe blood around the end of it, so possibly she was, maybe been in the process of shooting. That's what I hate about digging around in these damn cars. You never know what you're gonna find. Poke your hand with. And this vehicle's just full of needles. We've got 3 on our stop, and he's just gonna go ahead and take them to the jail.
They also arrest the heroin dealer and impound his car. Inside the limo, the team finds $20,000 worth of heroin, enough for the man to face federal prosecution.
And I heard there was a bunch of cash on the seller.
Over 6 grand.
Wow.
We have our buy money yet?
Is it all sealed up?
Got our buy money.
The first bust is a success, but the team's day is far from over. Due to the increased use of heroin in Anchorage, they continue to target dealers of the dangerous drug. With simultaneous buys in progress, Reddick heads to the next location.
He's got a felony warrant for his arrest. We've made arrangements on the phone to purchase some heroin from him. This was somebody we wanted to get because we were looking for him from the last stop we made on him.
The informant has set up a buy from a known felon.
We're making arrangements to meet both him and his supplier at a parking lot and facilitate the buy, and then we'll take them both down in the parking lot. See, it's right up here. This is where they're wanting to do it.
Reddick tucks around the corner, waiting for the deal to go down.
I think I see the target coming in behind the diner.
We just had a positive ID. Our dealer just showed up in the vehicle. So they're in the lot of the diner where they said they wanted to meet to make the buy. So he's here.
Target is parked. They're in the middle of the lot.
Undercover ops surround the diner and wait for their cue.
Yeah, I'm just coming 10-7, and I'm going to put us down south facing north so that we got the sun working for us.
Okay, target is out.
The informant arrives and approaches the vehicle.
DS coming over. White shirt, blue jeans. Okay, DS is in the vehicle.
Okay, our informant's in the vehicle.
The team watches and waits.
Mark units, you want to start creeping.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and roll up a little bit since he's already making the deal.
Yeah, and when the deal is done, regardless of whether we got product or not, let's go ahead and try to make contact before he gets into the diner. I mean, he's got the 99 anyway, so.
The driver's coming back out. Okay, Eric, they're out of the car, moving, everybody's out.
Okay, let's get him before he gets in.
Yeah, go ahead and take it down. Take down, take down, take down.
They move in quickly.
Get on the ground now. Get on the ground.
Now!
Get on the ground. 42-2 or 43-1.
Hey.
41.
How's it going?
Cleared.
Yeah, looking good.
The man has a felony drug warrant. Now, they'll add possession with intent to distribute to his rap sheet. If convicted, he could face over a decade in prison.
He's gonna run a detector dog on the car before we impound it.
A drug dog quickly indicates there may be more drugs stashed inside.
How'd the dog do?
He hit on it.
Okay. There was 2 other female occupants with him, so we'll take everybody into custody and take them all to the station and gather up our evidence and do some interviews with them and see who all go to jail.
As the sun sets, Anchorage PD and the troopers have brought in nearly half a dozen suspects, but their workday is not over.
Sounds like it's starting to get busy, so we'll probably be working into the night and see how many more we can get.
On the other side of town, Anchorage PD officer Kevin Armstrong gets called to assist serving a warrant on a wanted felon.
Anybody not know? I haven't seen him in a while. You got a picture of him? Yeah. Probably about 50 pounds lighter right now. Always head shaved, his face is shaved, and he's cracked out. He's on coke and meth. Lady on the way to the house going to gain entry. He's there. She's going to say he's here. All right. That way we got confirmation to own the res. Sweet. Okay. He's violent, assaultive, carrying a scanner, weapons history.
Last time he had a handgun.
6 years hanging over his head. So he'll run or he'll play.
The team heads to the suspect's girlfriend's house, hoping to surprise him. Armstrong is a 12-year veteran of the Anchorage Police and is no stranger to today's suspect.
He does have a pretty substantial felony warrant out for his arrest, so we're all pretty much familiar with him, going back many years. I guess the last time probation's contacted him, he had a gun on him, so that's why all the precautions here. The person who was giving us the info that this guy was at the residence is arriving on scene right now, so we're just moving up into a staging location so we're close to the house so we can move in when we need to and get this guy if he's there.
They settle in and wait for the informant's signal that the suspect is home.
This is part of the adrenaline rush you like if you're a police officer. If you don't like this kind of stuff, you're probably in the wrong line of work. It's kind of like the hunt.
Suddenly, news comes in over the radio.
Okay guys, she's in the living room. They won't let her go any further in the house. She's not hearing his voice. She thinks he's there. I say we just go. Let's go try it. See if we can get it.
This hunt is on.
Yeah, it's this one right here, left-hand side.
Officers form a perimeter, expecting the felon to bolt.
Somebody's moving around in there. There's a whole lot of movement going around inside.
Anchorage Police, come to the door, please.
You heard a bunch of thumping.
After several loud crashes from inside the house.
Hi, we're here for...
The suspect's girlfriend finally opens the door.
He's not here.
We know he's here. Where's he at?
He's not here.
Okay, we had people follow him here, so we know he's here. Right now, I'm going to give you the warning that we know he's here, okay? And when we come in and find him here, we will arrest you for harboring a criminal if you want to do it that way, okay? Where's he at right now?
Not here. He left out.
How long ago?
Like about 5-10 minutes ago.
5-10 minutes ago, left out the back?
We've had your entire house surrounded for at least 15 minutes. He didn't leave out the back.
Going felony jail tonight if he's here and you're lying to us.
We just point at where he's at and we'll go from there, okay?
They know that he's inside the house.
Okay, step out here. Step out. We know you're inside!
Y'all gonna get me in.
Step over there.
Come downstairs! Put your hands where I can see
he's
them!
in his closet. He's in the closet.
We know you're in the closet! Slowly open it, keeping your hands where I can see them!
The suspect is hiding in a closet less than 10 feet away. Officers have a barricaded felon on their hands, and he's probably armed.
We've got a dog out here. We'll bring the dog up. You're gonna get bit and you're gonna get injured. You need to step out of the closet now.
If I send the dog, you will get bit.
Come on, it's not worth getting bit, man.
It's time to give up. We have the house surrounded. We're not going away.
They confirm that the suspect is hiding in a closet beneath the house. Fearing that he may find a way to tunnel out, the team changes plans.
Okay, we need to get perimeter on the whole res. He can access the right side duplex.
Please listen to me very carefully. We now have SWAT officers on the way. We're going to get a search warrant. I will send the dog into the closet and into the crawl space if I need to. If I send the dog into the crawl space, there is a high probability that you will get bit. It's time to give up. You're done. Come out with your hands up now.
There's no word from the potentially armed suspect, and officers fear he's making his way toward the neighbor's side of the duplex.
He can access everything underneath this side of the duplex, but there's a firewall that's keeping him from going to the opposite side of the duplex.
They decide to get the residents out of the neighboring unit.
Who's inside your residence, sir?
My wife and child.
Okay, we're gonna need you to come out of the residence because even though it's a firewall, we've had people kick through the firewalls and get into the other apartment. This guy's dangerous. We don't want to put you and your family at risk.
Just as officers prepare for the worst, the suspect decides to call on his cell phone.
He wants to talk here. I'll take your spot. Just give me your phone.
You gonna come out, man? If you come out, I'm not gonna take you to jail?
No, he's going to jail.
Oh, you're going to jail. You need to do your time. You've been running too long, and you're endangering too many people. I want you to tell me before you come out so I can tell these officers, okay?
Make sure that you understand there's a canine.
Okay, listen to me. There's a dog out here, a lot of guns, and a taser. Are you coming out?
The suspect agrees to surrender, but there's still no sign of him. It could be a ploy to draw officers within the range of fire.
Okay.
He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be in this one?
Right here, yeah.
Okay.
Listen to me. You can hear me. This is going nowhere fast. You need to come out and we can talk about this. You're going to change the decision if you don't talk to me.
The situation intensifies as the SWAT team arrives, and they decide to move in on the suspect.
And you can get around.
Do you want to go around and clear those, and then we'll have everything done except the crawl space?
This guy never does anything the easy way.
After a tense moment, the felon redials the probations officer.
So you're under the house stuck? We don't know. Are you stuck in a hole? Are you stuck in mud? Are you stuck in a pipe? He's stuck in this one.
The suspect claims something is on top of the door to the crawl space, and he's trapped in the closet.
He says, I'm not playing games, there's something on top.
But the officers are taking no chances.
I think you should be able to use this hook. And then let's make sure we minimize the meat out in the open.
He's only got to get lucky. That's why we want to make sure there ain't a bunch of people out there.
Taking every precaution, the SWAT team uses a mirror with a hook to open the closet door. Inside,
Yeah, we got box. So the door's uncovered now, guys?
Yeah, it's uncovered.
All right.
Hey, you need to push the top up. We got the door. There you go. When you step up, I want to see you move slowly. I want to see your hands first.
Yeah, why y'all ain't, I've been trying to call.
Listen to us.
Okay.
The door is open. Step up. We can talk to you about it later.
Okay, what I'm saying.
Step up. When you step up, let me see your other hand. Turn around. Face away from me. Step up. Stand up. Stand up. Turn around. Face away from me. Face away from me. Walk back to the sound of my voice. Slowly. Look straight forward. Stop. Right there.
Side step to your right. Back up just a little bit more. One step. Go to your knees.
Not a bad knee. I can only go
Okay. Put your hands on top of your head. Interlace your fingers.
Let's make sure we got cover on the crawl space.
after a several-hour standoff, this felon will finally do his time.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways that box could have gone in there, like the female who was letting him stay there. She could have put the box on there, but we can't prove that. But that's the reason why he couldn't get out, is because that heavy box with Christmas stuff got on top of the trap door and he wasn't able to lift it up and get it out. So we've dealt with this guy for years. Almost always has weapons. Doesn't take long for that door to fly open and then him to produce a gun and just start shooting. And it only takes one lucky shot to hit one of us. So luckily he saw the light at the end of the tunnel and decided he didn't want to deal with it anymore and decided to come out. So as far as getting a barricaded suspect out of there, that one went pretty smooth.
40 miles north of Anchorage in the Matsu Valley, troopers Lance Ewers and Dwayne Leventree are starting their shift.
There was only 2 in that other vehicle.
44 copies, 1019.
They're responding to a disturbance call.
One of the neighbors contacted us and said they could hear crashing and banging going on next door.
2753.
So we'll roll out there and see what's going on.
Go ahead, 53.
Hey, what's up, guys? State troopers, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Got a quick question for you. You guys hear anything about a party going on around here earlier?
No.
About an hour or 2 ago? In the neighborhood or anything?
Fire over there and all these beer bottles.
I mean,
Who was?
Yeah, we had a party earlier.
Who was all in the house? Just you and your girlfriend there? Hey guys. I'm about to get pissed off. If they make me come to this door, I'm gonna get upset.
Trooper Ewers circles to the back of the house where something catches his eye.
Surprise. How you doing tonight?
Fine.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah, I'm not drinking.
You're not drinking? Why are you hiding from the cops?
I'm not hiding from you guys.
5644. Be advised, I just had somebody come out on the back porch and stash something in the closet, the storage closet, on the deck. Go ahead and open that door. Let me look inside. Yeah, open that door. Big eyes. Settle down.
I told not to open it.
Why does that person want to hide?
No, I thought you saw her standing right here. That's what you're assuming.
No, I saw her come out here the second time, but the first time she was hiding in the closet there. And I'm wondering why she would do that. Doesn't that seem a little weird to you?
I don't know what she's doing.
You don't know?
Okay.
Can we talk to her?
If she wants to talk to you.
The woman refuses to talk, but the dogs compensate for her silence.
Those friendly dogs, aren't they nice and friendly? Look at that. Doesn't that like you want to just go ahead and pet that nice friendly dog? Look at how inviting that is, huh? Why'd you pet that dog?
I like dogs, not that much kids. Hey, do you think somebody's in the closet?
No,
Do you think somebody's
I think he's dead. Something in the closet. I don't think there's somebody actually in there.
Out front, the male suspect emerges.
Come on front here, see if you can't question them about what was just stashed in the back.
Is this your girlfriend?
Yeah,
What's she worried about?
Six.
We're gonna jail her?
Oh, no, I was just curious why you guys want to talk to.
Come here, let me talk to you. Here's the thing, we come up here, she sneaks out on the back porch. She opens up the door, she stashes something back.
8529.
Then she goes back inside. That's what we're gonna talk to her about. I don't know if she's hiding from us or she's hiding something from us. I mean, if it's weed, I don't care. Are you guys into like selling methamphetamine or cocaine or something like that? Dude, if it's weed, it's not an issue.
What are you hiding out there? Oh, is it just a little bit of weed or what? Is that all it was?
Do you got a little plant or something? Is that what your issue is? What is it, just a pipe?
Yeah, there wasn't anything in it.
That's what you're worried about?
I'm not worried about anything. I just don't understand.
That's fine.
When we see people go around the back start stashing stuff, it makes us worry. That's all. Okay.
Here, let me talk to you real quick so we don't have to bust your girlfriend. I want to make sure.
We got to make sure it is what it is.
Pound of meth or nothing like that.
On this call, experience is the best teacher, and troopers are able to level with the individuals and get to the bottom of the situation.
The state of Alaska has a constitution that says that everyone has a right to expectation of privacy in their own home. All that means is we're not going to go to your house without a reason and beat down your door and take you to jail for under 4 ounces of marijuana.
This stretch of the Seward Highway just outside of Anchorage is one of the deadliest roadways in Alaska. And animals are among its most common victims.
Looks like we're going to respond to mile 99 of the Seward Highway. A vehicle just hit a bear. And the bear is still injured in the roadway, and the vehicle took off. Hopefully no other cars hit the animal that's still in the road. And hopefully the animal's not suffering. It probably is right now. But we'll probably have to dispatch the animal, depending on how badly it's hurt. What's going on? There it is, on the left.
Trooper Peterson's prediction appears to be correct. This young black bear is badly injured. At this point, there's only one option.
Has it been here a while? Do you think you could just move up just a little bit? Because I'll probably dispatch it, and I just don't want any kind of ricochet.
No, we're going to leave. Just trying to make sure you're on the road.
Okay, thank you. Poor bear. It's stuck. I can hear something clicking in here, but it's not allowing me to open it up. My gun lock isn't operating correctly on my shotgun, so I'm gonna have to use a pistol to dispatch this bear. Hopefully no cars are coming.
Killing a bear with a small caliber gun is very tough.
Bear skulls are very thick, even though this is a young bear. That should do it for him. Poor guy. Well, it doesn't make me happy to shoot the bear, but you saw it over there on the highway suffering. It looked like its front end was broken down, possibly had a broken leg. It was in bad shape, and it was pretty obvious that it needed to go down. And I mean, if we can't just leave it in the highway, it's going to get hit again. The bear's been removed from the roadway and been dispatched. It's going to be a black bear, mile 99. There's no other vehicles present.
Peterson waits for a charity to come salvage the bear meat to feed the poor.
They're crossing the highway all the time. They're hard to see. As you can see, it's a black bear. Almost impossible to see it out here. God, that's a little bear. Tried to get him in the only available spot, which was the base of the neck here. And it sure is hard to kill these fellas. Poor guy. Just glad no one got hurt.
"42 miles northeast of Anchorage, Trooper Doug Cook is starting his shift.
Any day of the week in the Matsu Valley is open game for anything. We could run into just about anything out here in the area where we're on patrol at. MATCOM 1B22, B10-6 with a vehicle in the parking lot of 3 Bears at the gas pumps.
With cooler temperatures just around the corner, Alaskans are enjoying the last days of summer, some with more style than others.
What gave you the idea to do this?
Well, so when we were out fishing out of Finger Lake, somebody backed into the car. The window was busted out, and then cut it here, and then I cut it here on the top here.
I just had to come by and see the ingenuity and the engineering.
Yeah.
That's all.
22-1019 to contact.
A call of a more pressing nature comes in.
10-4, 1019 from Church and Parks. 911 call came in, female caller. As soon as we got on the line with her, she said that the male in the house was calming down and everything was going to be fine. But immediately after that, dispatch heard the male in the background getting agitated and yelling at her again.
Domestic violence calls are one of the most common in the area and one of the most dangerous.
I always go expecting the worst. Domestics are probably the most dangerous ones within the first 3 minutes of our arrival. A lot of shootings that happen responding to domestics happen as soon as we arrive on scene because somebody at the house with a gun is waiting for us. And obviously if he's in the room with her on 911, he knows we're on our way.
72% of Alaskans in Cook's patrol area are armed. Without backup, Cook can only hope no one inside the house is gunning for the law.
Good afternoon.
911. Come on in.
Anybody hurt? Is there anybody injured?
Nobody's hurt.
No.
Okay. I don't need to call an ambulance?
Well, you know what?
He's been drunk for 3 days and won't sober up.
Most domestic violence calls involve alcohol. This one is no exception.
All right. So what's going on today?
What's going on? We're just having an argument.
Okay.
He's throwing things. I can show you where he hit the wall over here.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
The wall with
I'm going to ask you to go ahead and just stay seated for me, okay?
No.
Can you do that?
No, man.
No?
Just shoot me.
I don't want to shoot you. Why would I want to shoot you?
I want you to feel good.
I'd feel better if I could just resolve this peacefully.
Did I?
Backup arrives as the man's temper flares.
Hey, don't.
Yeah.
Open that door.
I'm coming back in.
That's my home.
You
don't
need to
do that.
You need to calm down, sir. Okay.
Don't do that to me. Oh, I got 3 big bad boys, and that's okay too. And I'll put y'all down.
Are you
Put
challenging
y'all
us to a
down.
fight?
What?
Are you challenging us to a fight?
You don't want to fight with us.
What's going on?
Okay.
That's
I did not say
You don't know, but what exactly did you mean by the words "you'll put us all down"? What exactly did you mean by that?
Why are you coming towards me?
I walked in the door. You jumped up out of the chair.
You damn right. If somebody walks in your good damn door, would you feel the same way?
No, and I don't curse at people. Am I cursing at you?
No.
Can you stop cursing at me?
You either. No.
Troopers managed to calm the man down, but the bigger concern is for his safety. His wife is worried he might try to kill himself.
I don't know where his .22 pistol is.
Yeah, he's held that to his throat several times and acted like he was going to kill himself.
Do you know where your .22 pistol is?
Sure do.
Are you willing to tell where it's at so she can take it with her for tonight?
Would you feel better that way?
I would, because I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
In lieu of an arrest, the couple will spend some time apart.
Okay, are you going to keep drinking after I leave?
No.
What are you going to do when I leave? What are your plans?
Bad.
Probably a good plan to have.
Thank you.
All right.
So very much.
All right.
The couple's son arrives to help make sure all the firearms are removed from the house.
Hey, and why don't you bring the one in your bedroom too?
Come on, you forget to shoot yourself.
You're gonna have to need help to carry that out.
All right.
Guys gonna pull out more guns than anything, but that's a good thing.
They leave the man alone to sleep it off.
The male was highly intoxicated. His emotions were a roller coaster. He was calm for one moment and then completely aggravated the next. There was no criminal activity. However, the male was slightly out of hand, so we gave him a disorderly conduct advisement, and that seemed to calm him down. The wife seems to think that if he quits drinking, everything will be better in the morning. So.
Off the streets and into the wilds of interior Alaska, the Tanana Flats is one of the state's most popular hunting grounds for moose. Each fall, the area's abundant game attracts a population of hunters larger than many Alaskan towns.
Go ahead, Leo.
Wildlife trooper Ken Van Spronsen patrols the 2,500 square mile hunter's paradise.
We're in the prime of moose season right here in Fairbanks. The ecology is perfect for moose habitat. It's one of the best moose habitats we have in the Fairbanks area. So it allows the moose herd to grow quite large and be very healthy.
But with unseasonably warm temperatures, big game is scarce, and Van Spronsen is out to make sure hunters are only taking moose that meet state guidelines.
Any hunt that is limited to just one species, the hunter has to leave proof of sex on the carcass of that animal. And a lot of times they won't do that, so that's a ticket. And sometimes we get some illegal animals that are undersized or not the legal sex.
But like everything else in Alaska, tracking these hunters is easier said than done.
The only access in is with airboat. It's a unique geological feature. It's all swamps with vegetation patches, and really the only way to get around is with the airboat. This boat is lined on the bottom with an ultra slick type of plastic. And what actually happens when we run into the shallow areas is it builds up a cushion of water underneath the boat. And as long as there is moisture underneath the boat, we can scoot right across dry land, across gravel bars, up and over mud flats, across grass, anything like that. And it really gives us the ability to go places where other guys can't.
With the help of wildlife tech Leo Faro, Van Spronson heads 7 miles down the river to the land trail that leads into the swamp. Once in the swamp, Van Spronson spots what every hunter's after today.
That is a little spike bull moose. That's what everybody's out here chasing, trying to find, is that right there. And you can see how he just seems to be walking real easy across here. And if you or I were to get out of this boat and try and walk across, we'd probably sink up to our waist and be stuck right there. This is their habitat, that's why they're here.
Soon after, he spots the day's first grove of hunters.
Hey man, whenever you get a chance, you got your hunting license, harvest tag, all that good stuff for me?
Tag's on it.
Tag's on it? All right, sweet.
This hunter's paperwork is in order, and the moose is legal.
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about you salvaging everything, do I?
With over a 900-pound kill, he'll have plenty of meat in his freezer come winter.
Basically, we're looking for just when and where they shot it. Lift it up, make sure they still have evidence of sex attached. State of Alaska, antlers on an animal does not count as evidence of sex. So they have to have some type of the sexual organs attached. Those guys are a perfect example of doing it right. It's basically just having rapport with the hunters, getting to know them, getting to talk to them, and you learn a lot of stuff about what other guys are doing by being friendly to some guys. So
Van Spronson heads out to check on more campsites, and his good rapport pays off. Downriver, he gets a tip about a possible crime troopers don't usually encounter in the swamps.
How's it going?
Pretty good, how about you?
Pretty good.
You and I gotta have a chit chat, man.
About what?
About last night, you coming into the boat launch.
I didn't come into the boat launch last night.
Somebody described your boat and described you coming into the boat launch last night drunk. You didn't head to the boat launch last night? Because there is an airboat with tinted windows and 4 lights on the front, look just like yours. If you get caught drinking and driving your boat,
oh yeah, I know, it's DWI.
And the boat becomes ours.
I know that, please believe.
With no evidence, there's little Van Spronson can do but give the 2 men a warning.
I'm just laying it out there, okay? Because I know you like your airboat. You don't want it to go to us.
No, I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, you don't want to see our stickers on the rudder and on the side of the door.
Is that how you guys got that one?
You guys have a good one, okay?
All right, you too.
Well, from an enforcement standpoint and from a conservation standpoint, it's huge that we can actually get out, contact people, show them that we're out here, show them that we care, make a presence, show that we can get into the same areas that they can get into, and enforce the laws that the state has. This is the best job in the world, man. Nobody else in the world can say they got a good job until they come and try ours. So we get to come out here in the greatest wilderness America has left to offer and wander around and check hunters and have a good time.